CBS News contributor Elliot Ackerman joins us now. He is a former CIA officer and Marine Corps veteran. Elliot, this accident over Iraq seems to be some kind of mid-air collision between friendly aircraft. We have the loss of life. There's, of course, a material loss in an aircraft. But what does this do to the mentality of the rank and file?
I think the rank and file understand the hazards of their job, and as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs said, this wasn't an incident that occurred due to a hostile fire. But I think what it probably puts into stark relief for many Americans is that as this operation continues, more of these types of incidents can occur.
The most direct result of the war appears to be increasing gas prices. So much fuel moves through the Strait of Hormuz, and both Hegseth and Chairman Kaine were pressed on, will the U.S. accompany vessels through this key passage in order to alleviate those concerns? And they really didn't commit to that. They didn't specify that they would. Why do you think that is at such a crucial juncture? Hegseth also pressed on why the U.S. didn't plan for this ahead of time. He said they did.
I think what we're seeing is that there are certain limits of what the military can do. And that, oftentimes in war, every political problem that you have, it doesn't always have a military solution. And what we're seeing with the Iranians is that they understand how to deploy complicated, asymmetrical political pressure against the United States in a way where we don't have just a neat, easy military solution. That's what we're seeing a little bit in the Strait of Hormuz.
Elliot, are we any closer to the end of this, you think? And then secondly, as a former CIA officer, what do you think is the covert operation, the American covert operation happening on the ground in Iran right now?
Well, I mean, it's difficult to know whether or not we are at the end of this. I think in the short term, the Trump administration always has the ability, along with our Israeli allies, to decide that their objectives inside Iran have been met and to cease military operations. But I think the reverberations of this operation will echo for a long time. At the top of the segment, we discussed the death of Muqtada Khamenei's family and the fact that he was disfigured. So I think inside the regime, these strikes have created antipathy towards the United States that will reverberate for years and years. So I think we're going to be seeing a changed Middle East after this for quite a long time.
Elliot Ackerman, thank you so much.
Thanks, Elliot.